Welcome back to Cozy Time, fellas. The Serie A season's officially behind us. Happy Memorial Day weekend to anyone that celebrates that. Any of the soldiers out there, vet families out there, thanks for your service. Had a good weekend, and we moved the show to Tuesday because of it. So we're a day late. Anyone that was waiting for us on Monday, we apologize. But we are here, and we're going to put a little bow on the Serie A season, talk a little bit about players of the year, talk about the crazy coaching carousel that's been going on, and take a look at the Euros. So say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
So why don't we get right into it, fellas? Because, it's 9 o'clock and we're all pretty old. If it wasn't for the show, we'd be sleeping by now. So why don't we start off with we were putting together our players of the year, and I think we created a little slide here. And,
well, first of all, before you show anything, this was not sanctioned by me. I didn't look at this list. So is this us saying this is our team?
I think this is Chris's team that we are then going to either agree or debate with.
I just put something together so we had something to show. So you guys can critique.
So this is Chris's team, and we can say.
I hope I don't change too many.
Well, DeMarco's on.
I bet you we change a lot.
DeMarco's on it. So, Chris, you want to walk us through it since it's your brainchild?
I mean, what's to say? I think most of these players would be on your guys' list as well. Obviously, you got Gigi, Donnarumma, and
I don't see Bastoni in that place.
Okay, well, we'll get to it. We got Gosens left back.
Let him explain.
Who?
Chris, like Chris.
Chris, explain your team.
Yeah, I mean, Gosens at left back. We got Romero and Bastoni in the middle.
I don't see Bastoni in that place. The rest could be.
Okay, well, we got Quadrado at right back. He was probably, I don't know, him and Chiesa, the best Juventus players all season. Barella, Malinowski, and Kessie. I don't think anyone can complain about that. Muriel was awesome. Lukaku's the MVP of the season. And Insigne, if you've been watching this year, was ridiculous. So, and then reserves you might criticize a little bit. I got Concili. I don't know. Backup goalie. I think he's perfect.
You can see that in the middle.
Yeah, I got the reserves there too. I don't know. Never makes a mistake. Keeps him in it. Does a nice job. Whoa, what is this? He switched.
What do you do?
Go back, Doc.
I'm gonna throw up. Jesus.
We got backup defenders. We got Hernandez, Hakimi, Dalit, Kyer. Midfield, I put Chiesa in midfield.
I don't understand. You don't put the lead, you put Bastoni.
Yeah.
But the lead.
Okay, that's your opinion. Locatelli with the ball, and then Zapata, Ronaldo, and Vlahovic. I didn't put Ibra. There's too many forwards. There's too many players. It's team of the year. So.
Team of the year, what? Bastoni, if you put on the left side where you play. Otherwise, you don't put it. Don't do like some coach. They try to find the position or whatever.
At left back, you want to put him?
Yeah, there he play. We have a coach.
He's saying he plays left center back. You put him on
the right.
It's just you made a center back. That's all.
Yeah, that's center back. Yeah.
No, you don't squeeze. You're not the kind of coach you say, I want to put it. I buy this over here and then I put it someplace else.
Okay.
Listen, I don't have any problem with any of the people you picked on your team overall. I obviously watch more Juventus games than Napoli games, so I could debate Chiesa over Insigne just because I think Chiesa played well.
No.
Dalit, I don't think Dalit didn't play that many games. Dalit was missing for a lot of time.
In the beginning of the season.
He missed like 2 months.
Yeah, but you go one by one per position.
I don't have a huge problem with the people he picked on his team. I think he picked.
No, I don't see Bastoni there.
Okay, so if you would change something, you would take out Bastoni and put the lid there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to say you're crazy if you do
that.
Bastoni
is not even the best defender on their team. The Rai and Skriniar are probably better than him right now. You know,
Yeah.
but he's got potential to be better than all of them.
Well,
But the
potential.
rise of a defender.
We look at the best player of the season or the potential.
Yeah, no, based off this season, I wouldn't have him there either. I would have Kyer there. He would be my.
Don't forget,
he'd be my
in there
choice.
we don't put the Ronaldo that was to 29 goals.
Yeah, he's on my bench.
He's on our bench. Hey,
So just off of this, some things that I noticed. You don't have Zielinski on your team. I would have Zielinski on my team. I would take Locatelli off.
So,
yeah, but you
so
wanted Zelinski. Where you put it, Zelinski?
So,
I put him on my bench at least. I wouldn't have.
On your bench.
So my
Yeah,
last,
I would take
As long as
Locatelli.
I think Locatelli deserves his spot, honestly,
Malinowski
though.
agree too.
I think Locatelli deserves his spot.
I was debating between DePaul and Zielinski, and I went with DePaul. But yeah, you're right. Zielinski had an awesome season.
Listen, this is the problem when you do these exercises, right? Because you're picking 22 people, and at the end of the day, there's good people that were left off, like Ibra and all different positions. But I can't say that he picked anyone that's totally crazy. I think you could debate Cranio. Maybe could have been.
I like Petterine. I like Cranio.
Yeah, there was a lot of
there was
goals
a
that
lot
could
of
have been.
choices.
I hear you, but then also like just got cut from the Euro team, and they kept Moret and Sirigu. So
I think that was Mancini more just going with who was expected there, because I mean I don't know.
Listen, he also kept Bernadeschi. If you're going based off that, Bernadeschi doesn't deserve.
We'll have plenty to talk about that later. I think for sure. I mean, you can't look at this game for me and say, "Oh, you really shit the bed." I mean, I can't say that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's his team. He wants these players. He picks them.
You say we have a lot of people in there. For example, Hakim, you didn't put it all because
I would pick.
You pick Quadrado because you think Quadrado was better overall.
I think Quadrado.
I think if you're including the Champions League, Quadrado was great in the Champions League. Then maybe, but you're not including Champions League. He had like 12 assists in the Champions League.
It's hard to do that though, right? I mean, you watch 40 games over a season. I don't know if all my memories are specific to just the Serie A games and none of the cup games. You know what I mean? I kind of take the whole thing.
They were bad in the Champions League.
Juventus don't want to save his Quadrado. So
I wouldn't even have. I would have Hakimi.
But I'm saying you can't have both of them.
You can have both.
So
I'm taking Quadrado out and I'm putting Hakimi out.
So that's your preference. I like Quadrado more.
Quadrado, I think you deserve it better.
And I'm putting Kyer instead of Bastoni.
Listen, I also wanted to put Frankie's favorite Zola on the team too, but there was no room. Right?
There's no room. He's right.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's good
the guy in there. The guy is Bastoni. It's another position.
Okay.
Well,
so
you could even debate. We all love Malinowski too, right? We all love him, but you could debate him too. He didn't play a full 38 games. Amazing. The second half, he played better.
He was amazing.
He was lights out towards the end.
But can you towards the end of the season? Can you honestly say like he has to play over the rest?
Like that, even the Memorial was the one that used to come in.
Exactly. At the beginning of the season.
Listen, some guy you didn't mention Simi. Simi had over 20 goals. He's not even talked about.
Exactly.
For a Crotone, a shit team.
Yeah.
Again, it's hard to make a team.
Even Berardi played good this year.
Yeah.
Berardi's one that I would try to put on.
So let me ask you, Dan, if you put Berardi on this team, who are you taking off?
I'm probably taking off Zielinski. I mean, I'm taking off Locatelli and it's hard. I don't know.
So Dan,
I think Zielinski.
Yeah, Dan's saying he would take off Locatelli and put Zielinski on this bench.
Yeah, it's personal choice, right? I mean, I think Locatelli deserves it. He grew into the season on a not that great team. I think he played pretty well.
I would have taken out even under reserve Kyer.
Wow,
Dan saying he'll start. Kyer had a good year.
He was good for them.
Yeah, but you put a Baston under reserve. Excuse me.
Okay.
But Dan saying he'll start Kyer.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Even Calabria could have been in the conversation.
Oh, by the way,
if Calabria was healthy all season, he would have been right back.
Did you see the European guy, Davancini Cole?
We're going to talk
about that at the end.
Calabria wasn't there.
Who?
We're going to talk about.
Well, he just had surgery. That's why.
He's hurt.
He just had surgery.
Oh, yeah,
if he was healthy, he would have been my right back. I thought he played really, really good when he was in. He just didn't play enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
All right,
anyway.
so I mean, again, I think none of us are debating Ronaldo not starting, so that's probably a shocker to some people that were not.
I would decide it. You know, compared if you think about forward between Insigne and Muriel, I think Ronaldo deserves better than him.
I mean, you could definitely debate that he deserved it more than Insigne, right? But I just don't like it.
Even Muriel, they're not playing titular.
No, but Muriel, I mean, he had a great year for what he played. How many goals did he score for half the time?
I partly left Ronaldo off because I don't like his attitude on the field. So
yeah, I think that's all our opinions. So.
That's their opinion. But if you pick, you don't leave someone who scored more goals than everybody else. You leave out.
I can. I just did.
Well, it's different.
Yeah, but how many penalties was that? I mean, I don't. It's not just about how many goals.
How many penalties did you score?
Well, I'm not saying him
even
versus
the
him.
Scored with, even the Lukaku scored with the penalty. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, but even Ronaldo, he has games where he scores 3 goals, and it's like they're pointless. I don't know. Listen, yes, Ronaldo could be on the field. No one's gonna say, "Oh my God, you're crazy for putting Ronaldo on there."
Listen, that's not a hot take. I didn't want you guys to yell at me.
I mean, no, I'm not going to say it because it's going to start a fight. I was going to say I want Raspadori on this team, but you guys will yell at me.
Listen, the good thing is there's a lot of good young players. Yeah, Zapata's not starting. I mean, Zapata, great year.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter, right? When you make this team.
If you look, the Bastoni didn't play there, so he should go out.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, we get it. You would take him out and put in Kyer or Delit, and then you would take Insigne out and put Ronaldo.
No, Delit take Kyer. Even the Delit wasn't at his best year. It's better.
Okay.
All right, so that's Chris's team, and we kind of agree with it. There's also
what about your coach of the year, Chris? You didn't pick.
Yeah, you didn't put a coach.
So I refused to pick him because I didn't want to pick him. So I just left it blank.
It was hard. It was hard to pick a coach of the year.
So I was thinking too. I was like, oh, should I pick Pioli because they came in second? But then I'm like, they blew it. They were in first half the season. So it was like,
yeah.
I mean, like, there's different ways to look at it. Gasparini
you can make a case for. You can make a case for.
Coach Dia would get to Gattuso.
Yeah, and he just got fired
after choking in the last week.
Yeah, but then Dan's right. So he choked the last game of the season, and they didn't even make Champions League.
Yeah, I think each coach no coach had a clear perfect season for sure, right?
Exactly.
So
and Conte, yeah, they won, but we're not counting Champions League, but he didn't even make it out of the group.
Yeah.
You know who would be an interesting one? Genoa, Ballardini, when they were down to 20th place and they go to 10th place, finish the season 11th place.
That's the game he played good.
He got them to 11th place from 20th or 19th.
That's the place he got to.
Okay, I'm just saying. He did a good job.
He did well, but I don't know if he's the coach of the year.
No, I'm just saying, I don't want to give it to Conte either. I hate him. So I'm trying to think of other people.
So you can't even give it to Gasparini because they didn't play good the last month. They didn't grow from last year. They didn't make any step forward.
Overall, you could pick Gasparini.
Yeah, but not because he didn't make the team improve from last year. It was pretty much the same thing. In fact, they didn't even play as well on their best days as they did last year.
No, I mean my front runners for the season, the beginning of the season, were Juric and De Zerbi, and then they tailed off. So after that, I just it's Conte. He's the coach of the year. But
I mean he took home the hardware, so I guess you can give it to him. But
yeah. All right, you want to move on from this? I mean, everyone's got their own team.
Yeah. Go to. I mean, there was other actual awards handed out. Do you guys want to go to that?
Yeah, we can. I think Dom.
So this is the league. The league picks their best goalie, their best defender, midfielder, forward, and then their overall MVP. I don't even know the criteria on which they pick these. I don't know if it's stat based or if it's voted by a fan. I have no idea. But they pick an under 23 person. You see Vlahovic was chosen there. I mean, 21 goals. There's you can't really debate that. Do you know any other 23 and a younger player who would take that from him?
No, he deserves it.
He deserves it, right?
No, he had a good year.
I mean, Bastoni, how old is he?
He's under 23. He had a good season,
I
too.
mean, he had a good season. Donnarumma is also young, too, right? Best goalie, Donnarumma. I mean,
He's
I
22.
feel like that. I feel like that's just given to him, every week. Basically
Well,
every
that's
year
the
now.
thing. I think there's a little bit of like, oh, it's Donnarumma. And the fact of the matter is, he had some really good games, and he had some errors too. He wasn't perfect all season.
14 clean sheets. I mean, it's not a bad season at all.
No.
My screen's frozen, so I can't see where he's at.
He's still on Donnarumma.
So best defender went to who?
Romero,
who admittedly, I said Juventus, gave him away on loan beginning of the season based off his season last year.
You guys made fun of me when I kept saying that was a big mistake.
He played terrible. He played really good this year.
He was so bad.
Did we not have a debate on the early shows where I was like getting rid of Romero? I think he was my preseason example. I kept bringing up. I was like, he's this year's Spinazzola. You gave him away.
Hey, Frank. When we got it to Romero, I told Uncle Santo, he didn't know Romero. He said, believe me, he's a great player.
Yeah.
When we
Think
got
about
it.
where Juventus would be right now if they had De Ligt and Romero. You would feel different about the team.
I think Juventus's hope was that Demiral was going to beat Romero. That's why
listen,
they got
I'm a
rid of
huge fan
Romero.
of Demiral. I really was. I thought by now we'd have Demiral and De Ligt starting. I still think he's a good player. I think he's a horrible year.
They say Demiral is getting injured.
He's always hurt.
That's the problem. He's always hurt, right? So like eventually you got to be able to like stay on the field.
I mean, Romero made a leap. He didn't just grow; he leaped this year. He progressed 2 or 3 years in 1 year. That's how good of a season he had.
Can I get a you were right?
I already said that. Well, we were wrong about it. Based off his game last year, he was terrible. He was getting stupid yellow cards constantly. He was out of position. He was played terrible last year.
To be fair, this year his discipline's not the best. Still, he gets some fouls.
But I feel like he's a little bit more under control. Like he wasn't. He still had some dumb games where he got bad cards, but I don't think it was like every week where you thought he was going to get a red card. And now it was like 1 out of 4 1 out of 4.
Give it a little bit to coaching too, right? I mean, Gasperini, I think he knows what he's doing, and he obviously did something correct with him.
Yeah, and that was another thing he had going for him, right? He went out in the launch. If he went to some other team, there's no guarantee he would have made the same.
If he stayed on Juventus, he would have got 6 games this year.
Yeah, he wouldn't have played probably. Right?
So it was a good move for him. Best midfielder went to Barella. Again, not statistically, was he the best? But I mean,
even Barella, the last month he didn't do good.
Yeah, but off a decent amount.
But they punched it. It was like they didn't even need him.
I think I said in the middle of the season during the window, if I had to start a team with any player, I would pick him because that's how good I think he is. I think you can build a team around him, and I think he deserved that. If it's not him, I mean, Kessié is the other option that you go with for this. But I'm fine with Barella being picked here.
Yeah, definitely.
No, Barella had a very good season for his age and for the other midfielders around. I mean, he's definitely
and Inter. I mean, good for them. They got him for relatively cheap. It's such a good move.
Where'd they get him from? They got him from Genoa, right?
From Cagliari.
For his age, he show great personality.
Yeah. He's so good.
The same personality lack in the national team for him. And the national team, I don't see him that well.
I think it's probably more intimidating on the national.
But he actually reminds me. He actually reminds me of the personality that Chiesa showed in the first year. Like, Barella showed that same personality on his
what
team.
About the national team? You see Barella good in the national team?
He's got to grow into it too. You know what I mean? It doesn't all happen on the same day.
Unless in the national team is continue the last month he did with Inter. In other words, no inform.
Let's hope not.
I think players get up at a different, they get up for the national big tournaments like that a little differently than just like a random week 36 of a league.
The bad thing is how many weeks, how many days do they actually have in between? They don't have many, right? Before
No,
the June
nothing.
11th game,
It's
it's like
in
nothing.
it's in 10 days. So
Yeah, they have nothing. No real team camp or anything. What is it? 10 days?
yeah. Best forward went to Ronaldo, and I mean, obviously this is stat based. 29 goals. He kind of crushed the goal scoring. I think second best was 22 or 23 or something like that.
29 and the championship. Don't
In the
count
championship,
it.
and it doesn't count.
Don't count the Coppa Italia.
Yeah, it doesn't count that stuff. So
No.
And I think
statistically,
this is a perfect example, like Dan's saying, though. Like statistically, he was the top scorer, but when you look at like they gave the MVP, I think, to Lukaku, right? Because like Lukaku made a bigger difference than his team scoring less goals.
Mm-hmm.
Like he made a difference for Inter. They won. Ronaldo scored his goals, but when they played shitty, he didn't make them play any better. Like he didn't raise anyone. Like he. So at the end of the day,
Lukaku's assists alone. I mean, Lukaku
but
had to
the
get like 10
difference
assists.
between Ronaldo and Lukaku was a team player.
yeah,
He
exactly.
put the other people who score too. He carried the team.
But not only that, the system was built around Lukaku. Juventus system is just like, hey, Ronaldo, you do your own thing, score your goals, you're on your own over here. Their whole team was built around him. If he's not there, they don't go anywhere.
Even though Lukaku was built on Lukaku to score, just to Lukaku showed this difference. He was a player for the team.
Yeah, he's more willing to help.
If you think about it, Juventus played like everything was built for Ronaldo because everyone tried to pass him the ball all the time and everything went through him, but there was no movement.
System.
It wasn't a system. Like Lukaku,
this was, hey, kick it up to him, have him bring the ball down, have him lay it off, or run off of him. It was completely geared towards him. He's the most important player in the league.
Yeah,
he had a very good year. Now the question is, will he be able to duplicate that next year? It's going to be hard. He played very well.
The question is he going to stay on the team? We'll talk
if he's even on the team. It's true. Yeah.
So before we go any of that, if you guys had to pick, because I think we all agree Lukaku's MVP. If you had to pick, who's your second choice? Who's your second place finisher for MVP?
I would have said Ibra before he got hurt because he meant a lot to Milan.
Yeah.
No, he did. He made a huge amount to Milan. That's why they were in first place.
For the game he played at Toledo.
I think so. For my MVP,
Mariel, you could go with the Atalanta guy.
I go Lukaku, Kessié, or Insigne.
Hey, don't forget, there's Zapata too. It's good.
Yeah,
that's why I don't put Mariel there.
Yeah, we throw away Zapata, but I mean he's very important to Atalanta too. They just happen to have two guys.
You have Gosens, Malinowski, Zapata, Mariel. I don't give any of them the MVP. I give Kessié or Insigne if Lukaku's not there.
I mean, it depends how you look at it, right? If you look at like their contribution compared to everyone else at their position, so like you could argue for Gosens because like Zapata, Muriel, there's other great forwards. Like when you look at left back, there's like Gosens and there's like everyone else sucks.
Hernandez is good.
Yeah, Hernandez, Spinazzola.
Hernandez and Bastoni. Although Bastoni does attack.
Yeah, he doesn't attack. I don't count him as a left.
I don't count him as a left back. Yeah.
I don't count him as a left back.
Who?
Bastoni.
What do you mean? He was a left back.
They play in a three-defender system. He's left side on the middle. He's not a left back.
He's not a left. He's not going to attack.
He wasn't flying up and down the wing like Gosens. He was, so he plays a different position.
Yeah, they play with basically three center backs.
Yeah.
So you can't,
All right. I mean, I just wanted to see what you guys thought.
No, it's a good question.
That's why Cristo put a Bastoni.
Yeah, because he's a center back.
He figured he was a center back.
Yeah, because technically he is.
He's a center back.
He's not like Gosens.
It's like when they played Chiellini, Barzagli, and
exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so that's your MVPs for each position and all that. What else did we want to talk about? We want to talk about
how every team has a new coach, pretty much.
The funny part is all the teams, not all the teams, but a lot. Usually, when it's coaching teams, a lot of the times it's when it's the crappy teams that have to change their coach. There was like 6 or 7 teams on the top half of the table that changed their coach, which
So let me start off with
ridiculous.
a broad question to you guys, Dan, because of what you just said, right? It was so many teams. I think we were counting before we got on here, like 6, 7, 8 teams or whatever. Why? And then in the other leagues too, we know Real and all these coaches are moving. So why do we think this is? Like, why are so many coaches this year just swapping? Why is it a coaching carousel, even for teams that were to the top? It's more than I ever remember.
That's a good question.
About the coach, you know. Did you see Real Madrid got Ancelotti?
Yeah, they got Ancelotti. That's what I mean. All the big teams
was in competition with Conte. As I understand, most of the players they don't like Conte.
Shocker.
And plus, they say Conte asks too much, like to ask, like to buy people like Lukaku.
Yeah, he overplays his hand.
So that's why they, in other words, I think the player they knew they didn't like the way he played and the way he coached
Listen, is this the second or third time where Conte's won with his team and then left?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, he likes to go into situations where he has to prove, and like there's less. Right. Once he has the expectations
he wants to get a team that's in the 7th position. Yeah. They say, I bring on the second, maybe I win. And then he say, I cannot do nothing no more, so I leave.
That's the thing. Like, what does that say about him, right? Like, you go to a team, you bring your players in, you try to build this whole, like, these are my players. And then all of a sudden, when you're like, okay, the next big challenge is to win the Champions League or something or win again, you're like, okay, I'm out of here.
I'm curious with our coach, with Allegri. If he got back better with his experience, he tried not to play for doing nothing,
Yeah.
And I will start to judge him and the people would buy.
Well, that's where I'm giving him a little bit of like positive, because the names that you hear him wanting are people that I actually agree with. So if he's actually going like, hey, get rid of this guy, give me this guy, and it's a little bit smart, then hey, good. I'm glad he's back, right? Do I think we're going to play the most entertaining style? No.
Because it's the truth. I think it's the player that makes the team. It's not that much the coach. In other words, if the coach doesn't have the player, he doesn't know nothing. He can try to show something like the small team, but he cannot get more than that.
But that's a perfect example, the small teams, right, with the good coach that play really good, But so you can't. The coach definitely matters.
Yeah, it matters. So take it for example, Sassuolo with that Zerbe. We like the Zerbe play, but at the same time they were winning and losing. They score on them 4 or 5 goals too. Mm-hmm. So you can afford to have a big team like Juventus, a coach like that.
No, it takes something really special to pull off with Ranieri did with Leicester, right? Or what I can never say their team name, but to win the league. That's the perfect season, right? But but still, you can still tell good coaches they think their teams play a certain level consistently.
How do you guys think Inzaghi's going to be?
Inzaghi should do okay.
I don't know.
But I tell you something. Inter has trouble with the money. So if you start to sell like him, Lautaro, and maybe someone can buy even what's his name, Lukaku, the team may fall for nothing.
Oh yeah. Starting from scratch. If they sell
I think Inzaghi stepped into a bad situation. I think they're going to get rid of players, and he can only go down. So
I agree.
It's a lose-lose.
Yeah, you already take Hakimi from there. You already change something from.
And the bad part is Hakimi is probably one of the people that with Inzaghi's style he could really use. Right? If you look at some of these other players, like they're not really going to fit.
The style, Frank, the style Inzaghi, it's the same content.
Same formation.
Actually, Inzaghi. The wing use more forward than back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you take away Hakimi and you take away these people, he's going to be left with guys that don't really fit the
There was a 3-5-2. Inzaghi should have done good.
Vidal.
Same player. People. But if you start to take Hakimi, Lautaro, or Lukaku, the team without that, even Barella.
Do you want to run through the changes?
Yeah, let's do them real quick, right? So let's go from so Inter.
have it right here. So
good.
Inter, we got Inzaghi. All right.
Yeah.
You have Juventus with Allegri, and we already talked a little bit about it. I think it's going to be a little different than previous. Hopefully, it's a little bit more.
Me too. Because
Yeah.
I don't think he came with especially, you know what? Because they say he has a say to the people that play itself.
Well,
and
also,
I think
the first time
he's gonna
Allegri
adjust.
came. Go ahead, Chris.
I think he's going to adjust. He's going to like.
Well,
he
the first time
realizes
Allegri
different
came, remember,
soccer.
he was trying to carry Conte's team forward.
Yeah.
So he couldn't even make them any changes because they had won 3 in a row, and it was like, how much can I change? Right now, I think they know it's got to be renewed, redone. So hopefully, maybe that'll help.
At least when the Conte was there, he was playing 3-5-2. Pirlo was playing with the 4 on defense. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what do you think? What do you think he's going to do?
Like Allegri.
What do you think Allegri's going to do formation-wise?
I don't know.
It's hard to tell, I guess, until we see who we keep.
No, Allegri. I think what I understand, they want to sell Ronaldo, right? And we all agree. We have to keep Ronaldo, keep Dybala, Morata, right? The question is to buy a midfield. And now he say his first choice is Locatelli.
Yeah, and Locatelli's pushing.
As a second, he say it's our or Pogba. You know, they talk about this too. So I understood the team. If you
Listen,
were
if
two
they
of
got
them,
if they were somehow, which they're not going to be able to do, if they were able to get Auer and Locatelli, the team's a million times better.
right.
But they're not going to do that. They don't have.
What do you mean? What do you know?
I don't know. To sell a lot of people to be able to.
What do you think? Allegri doesn't know the midfield what he has.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. But you know, the deal is paying for the other players on other people's teams that you want.
Well, anyway, I do think it's going to be different. I don't think it's going to be as defensive. I hope, man.
I would agree with that. I think I would agree with that, especially since some of this old guard are going to be leaving. I could see. I'm hoping it's different. I'm hoping it is.
You also have, moving on, you have Napoli, Spalletti, right?
Which Spalletti, I mean, the good Spalletti was from how many years ago in Rome? When's the last time we saw Spalletti's team?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
And Spalletti at Napoli, they talk about Koulibaly and Ruiz, maybe they go. And this,
They say every year,
Every year, it's true. Dan's right. Every year,
they want to sell for money. If without these 2 people, the team will lose a lot.
I think that's a bad spot for him too. I don't like Napoli's owner. Their whole situation is never good. So I can see
Spalletti with that owner getting fired halfway through the year. Yeah. I mean, you never know with the coach. So we're not sure about that one, right? And then what are some of the others?
So the rumor at Lots is Sarri.
Okay,
it's not final, but we'll see.
I mean, do you have any confidence in Sarri?
No, Sarri, what did they say? Sarri like the Lazio roster.
Yeah,
their starters they have good starters.
So it could be they play better.
I think he'll end up having a team that scores a lot of goals and gives up a lot of goals.
Yeah, but I don't understand one thing. With Sarri game, right? And you see you have already Correa and Immobile. How you place them if you want to play 3 forwards?
He's got
they don't fit.
In a way, Correa and Immobile, they like to do 1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Maybe that is okay for Sarri. But I don't know if you want to play 4-3-3. I don't know how you play.
I mean, I guess he puts Correa on the left. Maybe he puts Lazio on the right. I don't know.
Yeah,
but they don't fit.
Situations with Napoli early on, I think, when Hamsik and them were all there.
No, unless you know what he can do. What he can do, like he play Mertens at Napoli. He make like Correa play like that.
The one thing that he has going for him for Lazio is that they're all players who've been there for a long time, so they know each other. So they should be able to buy into the system together all at once because they've all played with each other. but it's not going to be easy for him because he's got no bench. That bench sucks.
But I think you do have to remember too is Sarri is a guy that really doesn't even play his bench that much. If you remember,
No, he doesn't. It's true.
Sorry, he plays the same starters every week.
I think he's going to do exactly to Napoli. I think they're going to play entertaining. They're going to score a lot of goals, give up a lot of goals, and in the end, come somewhere between 4 and 6.
Yeah, I agree. That's
possible.
Rome, they got Mourinho.
Roma got Mourinho.
This is a terrible move too. I don't think this is good.
Mourinho, he tried for Donnarumma now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mourinho. I mean, I don't know where they see that one really fitting in.
His last few jobs, he's done terribly. He hasn't done well. He fights. The thing with Rome is it's the hardest team to coach. Like the journalists are very difficult. It's not a good spot.
I think Mourinho for me it's a question mark. You know why? Because they say Mourinho he plays defense a lot.
They can't play defense in Rome.
In Roma, they cannot play defense.
They don't have good defense. First of all, he needs a goalie. Number one. I mean, if he didn't say, "Listen, I'm not signing anything unless you give me a goalie," then he's a moron.
Time out. Just going. And this is off topic, but there was a rumor today that Dortmund was going to give $10 million for Drakowski. Rome is morons if they don't hop on that. That's it, $10 million for Drakowski. But anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean they have a lot of issues.
10 million
for Drakowski.
I mean, I would take Drakowski for $10 million.
Would they just keep him though for $10 million?
Yeah. Let's talk about this Fiorentina Gattuso stuff. Drakowski $10 million. Milinkovic say he wants to leave.
Yeah, Gattuso's trying to convince him to stay.
Hey,
I would get rid of him.
I would too.
No, Juventus wants him.
I don't want Milinkovic.
I think he's actually overrated too. I think he's overrated.
He's overrated.
I think he's good, but
he's not great.
I think of all the moves,
because he played Fiorentina.
No, I think he's just. I don't think he's even going to be Romero on you. Like if you, I don't even think he'd be that good.
I think of all the moves, of all the coaching moves, and Sassuolo hasn't picked the coach. There was rumors that Pirlo maybe goes over there.
Really?
Of all the moves, I think the teams that made best out of the coaching moves were Juventus with Allegri.
I don't see that bad Pirlo Sassuolo, especially if they keep the same people and make them play the same day.
Well, I don't think they're going. I think they're going to be sellers too. I don't think they're going to be keeping. And I think
Gattuso be the same people already. Locatello leave.
Boga's rumored to move to Atalanta. They're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean the thing is about that, right? If he went to Sassuolo, he didn't really improve anyone on our team. Why would you give him a bunch of players and say improve my players?
Listen, he was supposed to be an under-23 coach.
You guys are forgetting.
Wasn't he supposed to improve players?
I guess, but I mean, I didn't see it. Did you see it?
You guys are forgetting the best coaching change.
What?
Juric to Torino.
Juric to Torino is going to help because Torino was a disaster.
Yeah, and Juric deserves a team that's going to spend more money like Torino. Like they spend decent wages and all that.
Greg, going to Sassuolo, Pirlo, it's a lot of limit because he has Ronaldo, he has Chiellini, he has Buffon.
It's a different situation.
So he can put it.
Yeah, it's a different situation. We're giving him credit. We're assuming that he can make the most out of that situation. I don't know if does he get that benefit of the doubt now? I don't know.
And again, that one's not official. That was just a rumor that I heard that he might go there.
So okay, so you're to Torino. Where do you think that gets Torino? You think top half of the table, just that move alone?
I think that gets him top.
I think that gets him midway.
Yeah, I think so too.
I actually think Fiorentina is the other team with Gattuso that made the best move. I think they can see the biggest improvement this year with Gattuso because their team's not bad.
Yeah.
They underperformed all year.
Hey, if Fiorentina, they want to give a position to Ribery, vice Gattuso.
Oh, really? And a player?
Yeah, player and vice.
I don't know.
The other move, I mean, Ribery, I can have him go. I don't think he does much. I mean, he's good, but he's not what they need. They need something else.
I heard a while ago he was just going to leave. He doesn't want to stay anymore. But
the other one is Ranieri left Samp.
Where'd he go?
He's just left.
Ranieri is going to go
He
to
left, just left.
in French.
Yeah, I mean, his contract is up.
French. He's going to French.
And that's a big loss.
No, the league French. The team that won the championship in French.
No.
Oh yeah, that's a good move.
Really?
I mean, they're getting all their players bought too.
They're getting rated.
So they're getting rated, yeah.
So why do you think he's leaving? Just didn't feel like the project in São Paulo was going anywhere?
No,
First of all, their owner is crazy, so you can't.
Because he got enough for this French team, the team that won the championship in France.
Yeah, but he left before that happened.
Yeah, it's true. He's already gone to England.
So
he gets more money.
Yeah,
just based off coaching moves from what we've seen so far, I see Torino moving up to top 10. I see Sassuolo dipping out of top 10. I see Samp dipping out of top 10. Just coached alone.
Because Juric.
I see Fiorentina moving to top 10. I see Juventus winning the league based off the coaching.
You think about too much about coach.
No,
coaches.
I think coaches
on this one. I'm with Daniel on this one. I think coaches totally matter. I think Juric gets them top half. I'm not willing to say top 10 until I see.
This top half.
Top 10.
Juric going to the team wants to take two people from Verona. Barak and somebody else.
I would take
DeMarco.
Yeah. But listen, Inter's in financial problems. They're going to have to sell.
Inter could be a totally different team next year.
Yeah,
I mean, Inter could literally go from 1 to 7th if they end up selling all those people.
But which sucks too, because then you wonder why Italy doesn't do good in the Champions League, right? They lose all their players.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Listen, was I too excited about Allegri with Juventus? No, but I think it was probably the right move at the right time with what was going on.
They're going to be more consistent than last year.
Here's the question. What would you have been more excited about? Who would you have been more excited? Zidane coming? Would that have gotten you?
Gasparini.
But available player, available coaches, though I'm saying. He wasn't really available. So
no, he was
available that you wanted.
No, because Zidane is kind of like Pirlo too, right? He has more experience, but has he won anything when his teams weren't that good?
Yeah, but I understand Juventus wants to do the formation most Italian people. So Allegri is more than.
I like when they have an Italian coach. I mean, I do like that. I think they're not ready. They don't have a great team, but if they could have given, Gasparini a 4-year deal to try to retire and win something with Juventus, I think that would have been a good. Would have been excited about that.
Okay, but it wasn't realistic.
Yeah,
I don't think any of the other coaches really excited me all that much. What else was rumored?
Frank, you see what happened? Allegri, when he got to Juventus, he know most of the player. He said, Gasperini, if you go there, he has to tell them everything. Even he has to.
Gasperini goes there. He's going to say, "I'm okay. Give me Gosens. Give me Zapata. I want those players."
That's probably the other reason why I think I wanted Gasperini, right? To get but it's true. The current players Juventus has, they can't play Gasperini's.
No, they don't run.
They're too slow. They're not in good enough shape, and they're not even technically good enough in a lot of positions. So it wouldn't work.
The only one who can play Gasperini is McKenna.
Chiesa,
McKennie.
Quadrado too.
Delete. But you have I think it's a simpler change to Allegri, right?
Really, so that's the coaches. That's only the coaches that we talked about. We didn't even talk about any players. The other player that we really only have to talk about right now is that Donnarumma is officially gone from Milan, because they signed Magnan from Lille.
Yeah, but still, we don't know if it's with us.
So we don't know where he's going to go, but the rumors are crazy out there that he's even willing to accept less than what even Milan offered.
I don't believe in that.
I don't believe that either.
I don't get it.
It's crazy to even think about
the
that.
Most, you know what?
The demand was $10 million.
The most, you know what I believe? It's the offer Milan and gave to him 8 million. Because now he wants to stay in Italy, so he get 8 million.
There's no reason for him to take less.
On his seat over there. He's comfortable in his seat over there.
Yeah.
Are you see me?
I barely.
Rotate the other way in your chair. What do you call
I mean, $8 million I think is a reasonable amount for him.
Yeah,
I
why
wouldn't be
would you
upset.
take less money? That makes no sense.
He's not gonna take less money.
If I'm a player and I have my agents to make me get less money and he gets a check for $20 million, I'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'll pay for you.
Why am I paying you? Like what?
Maybe they have a side deal to sign his brother too, or who knows.
His brother, yeah, that's gonna make the
Yeah,
difference.
that was a play under 23. His brother.
His brother was on Milan, so they had both of them. He's not good, but they had him on the team.
He's not good.
So that's the biggest player that's been talked of and that we know is definitely moving. Other than that, just
slow season because of the Euros too. Like usually when there's a big international tournament, stuff doesn't happen to after that tournament.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see any players from, during the tournament.
I thought before, as another went to the national team, he say you have to take my brother.
I don't think you're going to see players moving during the tournament. It's going to be after the tournament.
What did he do? You take my brother.
He's such a child, this guy.
And we have to sit next to each other on the plane.
Anyway, there was one other thing you guys wanted to talk about the actual roster because
let's take a look at the Euro roster.
The Euro roster. This is the thing that almost gave me a seizure before the Dom kept flipping in and out.
So there's definitely some debatables in here for me. People that were left off.
What's this over here? France plus 500. What is
the betting odds?
That's the betting odds to win the tournament.
That's a bet.
So France has the best odds to win.
That's so. England.
So I went down to the bottom too, and North Macedonia and Hungary are plus 50,000.
I would put $100 on North Macedonia. What does that win me? I don't do the best.
50,000.
That's it.
50,000.
That's worth it. It's got a chance. No, Hungary. I'll do Hungary over North Macedonia.
So anyway, on this team, this is my first time seeing this team. I haven't looked up anything. The thing that I love, Raspadori is on the team.
Yeah,
right there. The thing I don't want to see Cristante on the team. I don't know why he's on there.
Cristante, he gives him ability because he can play defense too.
You see, before the June 11, he says still a chance to squeeze people.
Yeah,
he does.
Now, because he put in there the roster, he put Sensi and Verratti, which right now they are injured.
Yeah.
But how many are on this list? 28.
I hope they get well. Otherwise, you start with two people.
So the roster was expanded to 26 this year, right?
Okay.
I think that's what you can hold on the team. But you can still make adjustments. I mean, I see Spinazzola getting hurt before the thing even starts.
I think the goalie can change any time.
Probably.
Really? The goal in case of something you can put another one.
To bring in like an extra. So so the goalies, I'm not too impressed with who he picked. I mean, they're not bad goalies, but Sirigu, they must have brought him there for experience as the third goalie.
Because the third goalie, if Donnarumma gets hurt, I want Sirigu over Moret. I want him in over Moret.
But why would if that's the case, you could have brought Buffon as the third goalie.
I don't know. I don't agree with the goalie choices.
I don't think the goalie choices were that great.
I mean, but then again,
who you would have put it there?
I wanted to see
I think Cronio could have been in the discussion.
I think Cronio,
Meredith is good.
Yeah, they're all good. They're all good.
It doesn't matter. No one's going to play but Donnarumma. But
what happens if he gets a red card in the first game and then you're playing?
Yeah, well, I'm playing Sirigu over there.
Remember who was it? The Pagliuca?
Yeah.
And then
against what was that? Ireland?
Yeah,
in '94.
Oh, guys! By the way, you know what I saw on Netflix?
The Baggio movie. I watched it too.
Would you like it? I thought I would see it in Italian.
It wasn't Italian.
It was. This spoken English.
No, I watched it in Italian.
Where?
On Netflix. So you clicked the wrong one. I watched it in Italian.
So I'm going to watch it in Italian.
Yeah, because Dan was watching it and there were subtitles the whole time, right?
Yeah, I watched it in time.
Yeah, but they didn't show too much things, you know that?
No, it didn't go into depth about his career. It was more about
They
his
didn't
family
mention
and his
when he
life
was
with
with
his
Fiorentina.
father.
He was
And, like,
Fiorentina or Juventus. So
They skip like 6 years at a time. Like, oh, now he got hurt when he's young. Skip ahead 6 years.
Yeah,
Then they go to World Cup.
showed-
Skip ahead 6 years. You know, it was a lot to do with his family and being a Buddhist and all that kind of stuff. But the soccer was kind of secondary.
Hey, put that back up, producer.
Anyway, but did you like the movie? I don't even know if he hears me. I guess it was okay. Anyway,
listen,
so goalie.
I don't want to see Bonucci there. I don't want to see Cristante. I don't want to see Sensi.
You know what? Oh, did you see today, tomorrow on the paper to Tutto Sport? He say Allegri built the wall. He put us in the middle, Chiellini delete. Stand by Bonucci.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I'm fine.
Allegri and myself see it the same way. The first thing I was happy about, they signed Allegri. Chiellini's like, okay, I want to stay. I was like, that's a win. I was like, I'll take it because you guys
Why
were
are you
laughing
talking
at me
about
for
that?
that too.
We're talking about Italy.
No, I know, no, but he said Allegri, didn't he?
Yeah, why?
He brought it back because he saw Chiellini and Bonucci on this list. You just said you don't want Bonucci on this list, and he's saying Bonucci's not going to start.
No,
for
the wall, Chiellini delete. Bonucci. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what the hell's going on.
So wait, so is Calabria hurt? You guys said he was hurt.
Yeah, Calabria. He just had surgery like yesterday.
And Zaniolo, obviously, he's still not back.
Yeah, he's not back. That's the disappointment. But I mean, he's getting ready for the World Cup. I mean, that's his goal, is to get ready for next year.
So not Politano. They left off. Who else did they leave? Who else did I text you? Oh, Pessina. They left off. Mancini, and also Keane.
Castrovilli.
Yeah, Moise Kean.
Yeah. He must do something, you know.
Yeah, because you're telling me Keane shouldn't be there instead of Bernardeschi?
Yeah, but Bernardeschi.
Yeah, Bernardeschi. He's got a thing with Bernardeschi. So
yeah,
he
plays good on the national team and everything. But I
wasn't surprised though.
Did you read about Bernardeschi after they play San Marino, the national team? He scored 1 goal. He said, "The national team, I can try something different. In the Juventus, they don't allow me to." Pirlo's wife say, "Oh, the genius." she called him the genius.
I just realized I left Bernardeschi off the list. He's not even there.
I don't see him.
That's insulting.
That was subconscious right there.
Yeah, the genius. Like, why you say that? Why, if you're good, you're good. Why don't you try that in the Juventus?
So what about Di Lorenzo? We all like agreement he should be there.
Di Lorenzo's good.
He had a good season.
He's good, yeah. But I mean,
if I had a choice between him and Florenzi, I'm putting Di Lorenzo in as my right back. So yeah, I'm comfortable with him there.
I think it definitely hurts not having Calabria though.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see him there. I mean, my left back is Spinazzola on this
Florenzo too, Emerson.
I feel like this team's pretty good. Like,
no, it's not a bad team. I agree. I agree.
Who you think Mancini is going to put on the left side? Emerson or Spinazzola?
I hope he puts Spinazzola.
You hope it's Spinazzola.
I hope he put Spinazzola.
But Emerson's coming off the Champions League win. You know,
so
I could see him. I could see him. Yeah, but I could see him putting him there.
Oh, Emerson was in the Chelsea, but he didn't play.
Yeah, well, it's Spinazzola going to stay healthy. So
I also think we could have used one more midfielder. Like I don't
one more. There's like 1,000 there.
No, there isn't. I mean, you have Sensi, who doesn't play too much. You know,
they got players.
Cristante's been playing defense.
Barella, Locatelli, Verratti.
Cristante's been playing defense for Rome.
They're fine. I think
so. Frank, who are you starting three midfielders?
Starting 3 out of this group?
Yeah, assuming those are all healthy.
I think Jorginho, Barella, and Locatelli for me.
No, that was Jorginho, Barella, and Verratti they play. If
Yeah.
he's
I think Verratti. I've spoiled on Verratti so much. Like,
Well,
he does nothing for.
Verratti lost.
Yeah, he does nothing for me on. So
talk-
I believe more in Locatelli at this point.
Talk about midfield. You know what? They talk the news people think the Milan maybe doesn't buy Tonal,
you said that last week.
or you try a discount.
Oh yeah. Well, what was the option to buy? How much?
Oh, it
It
was
was 40 million, I think.
10 million. I don't know, something you have to give up to 35, something like that.
Yeah,
well, I'm
it
sure they'll
was
try to
around there.
negotiate it down, but
I think you can't put Jorginho and Locatelli in at the same time. They do the same exact thing. So
No,
see, I disagree. I think they can both play the ball and they both keep their position.
Listen, if Verratti's healthy, I would do Barella, Verratti, and Locatelli.
Well, let me ask you this though, Chris.
Well, Jorginho could be there.
Yeah, they're gonna play Jorginho.
Jorginho to play.
Jorginho is the best in there.
Plus, he plays in a team that
you
plays
see,
the
even in
quickest.
Chelsea, so you look like you don't see him a lot, but he controls everything in there. Let me tell you.
I feel like Jorginho's a perfect example of like, it's just Jorginho, and no.
I wish we had the opposite. Jorginho.
I think Verratti gets the opposite. Oh, it's Verratti, but like, I don't know. I think Verratti is almost like Pogba. He thinks he's a number 10.
Jorginho plays simple. Verratti wants to play for the class.
Yeah. And he can get a red card at any minute.
He can get a red card at any minute. I don't know. I think Locatelli, you guys are sleeping on him a little bit.
Yeah, but they're not.
He won't start because he's young. But I think he's gonna have a say.
If you have Jorginho there, I don't think you play Locatelli.
He's not going to play.
So who would you play, Dan? You would play Jorginho and Barella.
I would play Barella, Jorginho, and honestly, if healthy, I would play Sensi.
Hey,
well, Sensi's good. Sensi's good.
Listen to me.
I would prefer Verratti.
Listen to me. With the Jorginho and Locatelli, a national team is going to play with two midfielders. 4-2-3-1.
They could. They won't, though.
Yeah, if you want to change the system, then it's different.
Because Locatelli is one thing. Sure, I don't know if you notice. Locatelli is one thing, a long pass. He has a really
Bonucci's back,
a long pass.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you're going to play with two midfielders, and let's say you play with like a Chiesa and Insigne or Chiesa Berardi right as wings up front, then you didn't bring enough of those players, because then you brought three center forwards in Immobile, Belotti, and why?
Well, so that's the thing. Like he has a system. He's not going to change it right before the days before the tournament. He's going to play with three midfielders. So.
Yeah, but see, you don't have to worry about it, because I think Bernardeschi not going to play. He's there, but he's not going to play.
I hope so.
I don't know about that. You're saying he's going to get no playing time?
Bernardeschi.
In front of him, you have Berardi, you have Chiesa, you have a lot of people in front of him.
He was captain the other day, so.
So then up top, I mean, you have the usual suspects, right? I mean, it's going to be you guys think Immobile. I mean, he's going to probably get the nod, right? It's
going to be Insigne, Immobile, and Chiesa.
I think if this team goes far,
because Mancini, he don't play together in Immobile and Belotti.
No,
he never play them together.
Yeah, and he shouldn't.
No.
Do you know how good Raspadori would be with Insigne on one side and Berardi on the other? I'm telling you, put him up top.
No, okay, Cazzarich.
I don't think Raspadori is going to get much.
I don't think he touches the field. That's what I want to play, though.
Well, that's okay. So you just made my point then, Dan. So why bring him then? Why bring him as a sixth forward and not bring another midfielder?
The kid is the captain of his team already. Like, he's going to be on the national team.
They love him.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be there, but I'm saying if you look at the way he plays, why bring him as a sixth one when maybe you could use another midfielder? Like, that's where I question these things.
Hey, Frank. America Raspadori is the one more informed than anybody else.
Yeah,
I get it.
Raspadori is versatile. He can play on the left side. He can play up top. He can do a lot of things.
Well, you just made the best point. Maybe I think he's not seeing him straight just center forward. I think he's going to be willing to move him to other positions, so he may
play forward, center forward.
I don't know. I think what Dan said is true.
He get ball on the right and the left.
Yeah.
I
I
heard-
he's so
I
active.
think he might play him on the side as well.
I don't
heard,
think he's going to get any
I
playing
don't think he
time,
play on the side.
I heard Bernadette's playing left back.
Anyway, they don't have a bad roster. They're what, seventh favorite to win. I mean,
It's funny because their team is pretty good, but like I mean, you look at France's roster and it's like Jesus Christ, man.
I mean,
like
if it,
I question. You know what I question in there? Our defense, Bonucci, Kelly.
well,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but they have other
I-
options.
I think I should be giving more
Yeah.
strength in there.
I agree.
You think Chiellini's going to play every game? He's not going to play every game.
Yeah, he's not going to play.
He's starting
yes,
to come back in
he's
form,
gonna-
though. I mean, he played like on 3 days rest towards the end.
I don't think he's gonna play the game.
No,
whatever you say, he's going to put Bonucci in there.
Ugh.
yeah, that's the problem.
Someone's got to pass the ball, so yeah.
Yeah, somebody.
Someone's got to get beat in the sprint by everyone on the other
Yeah.
team,
The
and
ball's
then
got to
show
hit
his ass
him
when
in
he
the
tries to
nards.
block it.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting. France has a very good team. England has a very good. All those.
Listen,
teams
I think honestly, Italy has a chance. You know how these tournaments are, right? If they
half of it's luck. So
yeah,
Well, and that's the thing too. Like that one group is what Belgium, Portugal, Germany, like all in one group.
You see that? Oh,
Yeah.
you think they undervaluate us at 1,100?
yeah. I feel like I'm thinking plus 1,100. That's actually pretty good odds, don't you?
No, I think we deserve better.
That's what I'm saying.
700
I think money wise, I think you're getting good
700.
value there.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think I would put it plus to 700, 800.
knowing how Italy's played the last few years, like I don't even think they've lost a game in 2 years. They've been playing well together.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they are a little underdogs, and that's probably better for them.
That's better for them.
Them going as a favorite isn't good. So
No. Who's in their group? Can't even remember.
right there, Turkey,
Right
Switzerland,
there.
Wales.
Oh yeah, duh.
Also, they have a home game, right? How many home games do they got?
Hey, where is the Turk over here?
Turkey's in the middle. Right? Their first game, June 11th.
No, he was saying for the odds.
What's
Oh, that's not every team. Turkey's
It's
probably
not every
plus 10,000 or something like that.
It's worse than Croatia.
Is Demiral gonna play?
Yeah, he's on the team.
and Turkey has a Çalhanoğlu.
Yeah. Turkey's
Turkey's
not
got
bad.
decent
not
players.
never
They
that
don't
bad.
have a bad.
No.
Yeah, they don't have a bad.
Turkey's never that bad. Listen, this is a hard. Switzerland always plays Italy tough. Like it's always a 1-0 game or something. So like if you misstep versus Turkey, you might not even pass this group.
Does anyone want to predict that June 20th versus Wales and Ramsey scores the game winner? Anyone?
Oh God.
Ramsey with the game winner knocks Italy out of the tournament.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Honestly,
I bet you Ramsey plays well.
maybe
I
they
bet
won't
you he
even
plays
play.
well.
They might not even start Ramsey. He sucks so bad this year.
Listen, for Juventus' hope, you want him to play good so he can sell his ass. So
That's
I hope
Ramos
he
play
does
with
fantastic.
team regardless.
Wales.
Wales.
So what team? What round is?
It's
The
the
third
third game.
Third game we play them June 20th.
We play
Father's
them
Day.
too.
Yeah.
Father's Day gift to you. They're gonna lose. Ramsey scores a hat trick.
Hey, you know what he's saying, and Rems, you know what he's saying? After the European, I'll be back in Torino.
Yeah,
You
great.
think
Good.
he stay with us?
Was he playing
Maybe-
with
Maybe
Juric?
Juric will sign him.
Oh, if he stay with us, we're not going to sell nobody.
No
Yeah.
one's gonna leave because that guys make too much money.
It's true.
Anyway, I think we touched upon everything. Right. Next week there'll probably be more rumors. We'll have a more definite.
We're actually having a. Aren't we doing like
that's yeah. There's
bracket?
Yeah, there is a bracket that if people want to fill out, not that anyone's listening right now, but
We'll put it under the video.
Here, let me
or
try
something.
to add it in like the chat or something. Hold on.
I think I have it. Oh wait, no, I don't. I thought I had
Let me
it.
get it. I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll
I think
see
you
if this
put it
works.
already.
Who put it?
Oh,
did.
Don-
I'm not. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Can I click on that?
You should be able to, and you can add
How
your.
you do that too?
So what we'll do is
Daniel, can you put it to the whatever you put? It's not up to the producer.
no. So
I put it in the chat. So if you want to,
You control the chat.
you can type anything in the chat. If you guys want to click that and you want to join and you can play along with us, I'll do that sometime this week too.
Yeah, me too.
I'll make a team and
I
we'll
think
all do one.
what we'll do is
not a team. But
we'll tell Dom to put that link in the description on YouTube.
Hey, I think nobody will watch us today. Yeah,
That's what we get for changing the show date.
Yeah.
They miss us Monday.
Anything else?
They missed the doozy of a show, though.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it.
Yep.
Right?
All right.
All right. Have a good night.
See you guys later.
Yep.
We'll be back next
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday.
Am I going to brush my teeth?